All right, I'm gonna make this quick. Okay. This is for you, cool. And for whoever else may see this, that actually is trying to, that's actually trying to change life, that actually does not like how this life is set up, and actually wants to make some real changes. Perfection is attainable. No vices, no nothing. Perfection is attainable. I'll quote the greatest man who ever lived, who said, "You must be perfect because your heavenly Father is perfect." Now, some may interpret that different ways. I think it's black and white. Another quote from the greatest man who ever lived is, "You must be holy because I am holy." So when I sat and thought about that for a while, I've been thinking about that for a long time. And I'm like, man, what is he saying? Is it just that black and white? Or is this an illustration? Is this a parable? Is this some type of coded message? And I don't think it is. You see, I've been self developing for probably like 15 years now. And for some, it's probably overwhelming to keep digging for things to work on. And people probably feel like that's not healthy. It's a lot of things that the world considers unhealthy, and it very well may be. Self control is the most powerful thing you could possess. Self control. And I figured that out through intense study of what power actually is. And there's many different displays of it. But the highest display is self control. And there's no one that can argue with me on that. So I'm saying this to say, if you're ready, it's time. Eliminate all vices. You do not need a vice. As you were growing up as a kid, there were no vices. That 100% is a testament to why it is very possible. And if they don't laugh at your dream, you aren't dreaming big enough. This is my purpose. I see that now. This is what I have been commissioned to do. This is why I was sent here. Is to show everybody that it's actually possible. Because I believe it is. Just that simple. It's just that very simple. But I think it's a process of elimination to get to the source. And it's funny because people be claiming like, oh yeah, we're gods and this, that, and the other. You couldn't possibly be if you feel like you need a vice. You think God needs a vice? I watched the most recent Joe Rogan, Terrence Howard interview, and I'm like, he's pretty brilliant, but he just not on the level that I'm looking for. There's only one man who has been on the level that I'm looking for. And that's who I quoted. You must be perfect because your heavenly Father is perfect. And you think about his journey, and a lot of people are upset, wondering, where was he at for these amount of years and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, he was self-developing. Because what's one of the final things that you read, which is one of the first things that you read right before he gets baptized? He fasted for 40 days. The last vice. Food is also a vice. And I sat here as I woke up and I'm struggling with this last vice, and I'm like, wait a minute. It became so very clear, because I was like, I overcame the urge of the vice of that, of what I'm struggling with, which is, it's not even really struggling, because it's like once a month I might want to, or twice a month maybe on average, I might want to indulge in masturbation. Or pornography, not so much, that's pretty much gone. But I might want to indulge in some masturbation. And I'm just trying to figure out, why is it so difficult? Why is it so challenging? And I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm going to just go get something to eat. And that's when it hit me. I was like, oh, wait a minute. That's just replacing a thing for a thing. And then that's what made me understand, oh, that's why he fasted. And then the devil came. And it might have been after he got baptized. I might be misquoting. But the point is, you must be perfect because your heavenly Father is perfect. And you cannot claim, none of these people, I don't care how smart, how brilliant they are, you cannot claim to have any part of God in you if you are willingly latching on to a vice. Period. So, cool. If you see this, man, you ready for it. It might be some really deep, hard hitting information. You might feel like, man, can I do this? Am I too young? And blah, blah, blah. It's like so many things that go through your head. It's a matter of just making a decision. That's all it is. It's just like when I don't want to opt into the vice. It's just a decision. It's just saying, "Nah, I'm not going to do that." And being firm in your decision making. It seems like it's just one thing, or it's just an easy task, or I'm making it seem like it's simple. But that self-control comes from breaking down so many different things before you get to this point. You're going to be self-developing for a while to be able to get to this point. But for whoever sees this, it's time.